All right, here we go. So have your blanket there handy, and we're going to, and a block. Eventually, we're going to use the block, but the blanket is going to be on the side and one of the ends of the mat because we're going to start by lying down. So just make yourself comfortable there. And as always, suggest bend your knees, and that helps to relax and release any tension or tightness you might be holding in your lumbar spine and your lower back. By bending the knees, that releases nicely. And have your elbows out and make any adjustment you need in between your shoulder blades, and bring the chin closer to your chest so you find that nice lengthening on the back of the neck. So your eyes are going to be closed for a moment, or partially closed if you prefer. And you can have, like I said, the elbows out with the hands into your belly, or you can have the arms down or hands down by your hips on the mat. So let's joining. Now let's begin to take the moment here by breathing in and out. And we're going to focus on the belly. So the belly breathing to start. And the palms down to the belly allows you to feel the belly, the abdomen ballooning out as you inhale. And as you exhale through the nose, you allow the muscles of the belly to relax and sink down to the base of the, the spine. And just breathe and experience the breath. Take your time. Slow down your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Then bring the arms to the side and T position with the palms facing up. Again, making adjustment you need in between your shoulder blades, your rib cage in the back, and gently begin to rock your head, your neck from side to side. Use your breath, slowing it down. Don't rush the movement. Just be gentle with your cervical spine. We're just starting warming up. So be aware of the muscles. And return the head back to neutral position. Now pick up the feet off the floor, hands to your knees. Let's do a few rounds of Apanasana, guiding the thighs in and away. Stretching slowly your lumbar spine. Now guide the thighs away so the knees are above your hips, big toes touching. I'm going to exhale to open the knees and the thighs out. Inhale, bring the knees together. Exhale, open and close. Just move slowly here, your hip joints. And then release. Lower the feet down, heels under the knees, feet wide as your hips, coming into gentle bridge. Inhale, pick up the pelvis, lower back, middle back, and exhale down. Just few rounds, moving the hips up and down, waking up the hips and the spine gently here. Good, and exhale, release all the way down. Again, feet off the mat, hands to your knees, and make circles with the knees. Slowly moving the hips, rotating in one direction. Going into the opposite direction. Now release the feet down wide as your mat, arms in T. Let's do some windshield wiper movement to move the hip joints in different way. And then slowly return back through center, palms to your belly, elbows out, belly breathing. Inhale into the abdomen. Exhale, release down to the base of the spine. Just breathing in and out. A few more rounds. And walk the feet again so your heels are under your knees. Hold the left thigh into your chest with the hands at the back of the hamstring. We're going to straighten leg up, flex and lower, up to the sky, flexing down. Inhale, straighten, flex and lower. Just 2 or 3 more rounds, slowly mobilizing the knee joint, stretching the hamstrings slowly one more time. And then switch legs, lower the left foot down, hug the right thigh into the chest with the hands to the hamstring. We're going to inhale, straighten right leg up, flex and release. Inhale up, flex and lower. Just a few more rounds slowly here. Inhaling and exhaling as you straighten and flex your knee. One last round, please. Inhale, exhale. Now straighten both legs up to the sky and then rotate the ankles in one direction. One into the opposite direction. Flex the knee, roll over to one side and slowly extend the top leg. Use the hands to press and slowly press. Walk your hands and let's all find our way to a seated position. So grab your blanket, sit on the edge of your blanket. Sukhasana, easy pose, is the pose where I'm sitting now with the legs crossed. If this is too much for your knees or your hips, remember you can modify by having your legs in front of you. Have your spine upright, shoulders back and down. And inhale, arms up and overhead, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, arms down towards the floor, shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Inhale again, arms out and up. Exhale, arms out and down, shoulders up, back and down. One more time. Inhale, reach, lengthen the spine. Exhale, arms out and down, shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Hands to your thighs, inhale, chin up. Exhale, chin to the chest. Inhale, open the throat. And chin goes down as you stretch the back of the neck. A few more rounds like this as you link the breath with the movement. Then keep the chin in and move the neck from side to side, guiding the chin to one shoulder and to the opposite shoulder. Release any tension in the neck. And inhale, return back to neutral position. Now from here, bring the right arm out to the side in T. Exhale, release the right hand down as you lower the left ear to your left shoulder. Inhale, back to neutral, arms to T. Exhale, right hand down, ear to shoulder. Inhale, right arm to T. Exhale, lower. Inhale through neutral. Exhale, down. And up to neutral neck, arm to T. One more. Exhale, lower and hold it there. Left ear guiding to your left shoulder as you sink the right shoulder deeper towards the floor. Lateral stretch of your neck. Use your breath. And inhale, return the head back to neutral position. Keep your right hand down. Inhale, left arm goes out to T. Exhale, lower the hand down, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, neutral position. Exhale to lower, neutral position of the head. Exhale down, back to neutral. Exhale down and hold there. Left hand down and right ear towards your right shoulder. Keep the spine upright. Use your breath to keep stretching the left side of the neck. And slowly return the head back to neutral position. Bring both arms to the side. Flex the elbows. Place the hands to the back of your head, elbows to the front, and then draw the chin into the chest. Close your eyes and breathe. Release elbows out. Keep the hands to the back of your head. Press to your left hip and exhale. Lower the right elbow down. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the left. And keep both hips super anchored down towards the mat and just move your spine from side to side. Try to keep your elbows out to open the front of the shoulders and the chest and mobilizing the spine. Make it flexible. And then slowly back through center, release the arms and twist to the right as you bring the left hand down to your right knee, right hand behind you. Take a nice inhale and then bring the chin all the way to your left shoulder and down. Holding position. Return the head back to neutral and go all the way to the opposite side. Right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you. Lift the chest and exhale. Bring the chin all the way to your right shoulder. Hold and breathe. And slowly back through center. Hands to the heart. Take a moment here to reconnect back with the breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale deep and long through the nostrils. Just keep the breath flowing, sweet and long. And then from here, lower the hands down and let's find our way to tabletop position. So have your blanket to protect your kneecaps and have your knees wider than your hips. So in other words, your knees should be wide as your yoga mat, the edge, and your big toes touching. Place your wrist under the shoulders into tabletop, this tabletop with wide stand. We're going to sink the hips to the heels. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hips to the heels and back through center. Just rock back and forth a few rounds. And then slowly release all the way down to the heels. Relax your forearms, your elbows, and release your forehead towards the floor, towards the block. Nice, easy breathing. Soften your pelvic floor, your inner thighs. Relax your lower back muscles, the outside of your hips. And then from here, slowly return back to tabletop. Now, guide your knees under the hips, and we're going to extend the right leg back and up. Flex the knee, cross it over your left leg, and we're going to move the hips halfway down. So slowly stretching the IT band. So if you notice that you're like leaning to one side, try to keep the hips even and guide the hips back. Inhale back through center, keep the knees where they are, and then slowly release it down. Inhale to table. Keep the right leg over to your left hip and left leg, and then move the hips back. And moving to table. And moving the hips back evenly. Back to table. And all the way back. Back to table. And we're going to walk the hands closer to the knees. Relax your forearms, elbows, and then sink the hips towards the heels. So just relax there, breathe through the outside of your left hip. You should feel the stretch and then slowly back to tabletop, and then bring the left foot forward. So your left knee is over to your left ankle, and the right knee moves slightly back. So iliopsoas, stretch hands to your left side, lift the chest, elbows by your rib cage, and we're going to move the hips forward and back through center. And exhale, move the hips forward and move it slightly back. And pelvis and hips to the front and back through center. And just keep rocking forward and back. Couple more rounds. And then we're going to hold in position. Relax your elbows by your rib cage, lift the chest and the pelvis and the hips to keep moving to the front. Nice, easy breathing. Deepening the opening of the right hip flexor. Now inhale, hands towards the floor, and then straighten the legs. Move the hips back, pick up the ball of the foot, and flex the knee and lift the chest. Hamstring stretch and mobilization of the hips again. Hips back, flex the knee, and lead with the heart. Inhale, straighten, move the hips back. Flex and flatten. And straighten back. Flex and move the chest forward. Couple more rounds. Next time, as we straighten, we're going to hold in position. So your left leg is straight. You're lowering the chest, the chin to your chest. And just, again, keep your hips even. Relax the neck. Relax your shoulders back and down. Breathe through this extension and stretching. Take a nice inhale. Flex your left knee, lift the chest, bring the left knee to meet your right knee, and let's all stay child's pose for a few rounds of breath. With the next inhale, return to tabletop. Right leg goes back and up, cross it over to your left leg. Keep the right knee down there, keep the legs where they are, and we're going to move the hips back and inhale to table. And exhale, move the hips back towards the heels and to table. Try to keep the hips even when you go back. Exhale down. Inhale, table. Exhale, feel the stretch in the outside of your left hip. Back to table. Now we're going to walk the hands closer to the knees to sink the hips to the heels, forearms, elbows down. Relax your neck as you draw the chin to your chest and breathe through the outside of your left hip. One more round of full breath. And inhale, return to tabletop. Step forward with your left foot, guide your left knee under your left ankle, and the right knee goes back. So we're going to bring hands to your left side, lift the chest, and move the hips back. Flex the knee, pelvis, and hips to the front. Inhale, moving, and flexing and releasing. Keep the shoulders back and down, and keep flexing the knee, and straighten and move the pelvis forward and back, just with the breath. Couple more rounds of this movement. And the next time we go forward to flex the knee, elbows by your rib cage, hold in position, lift from the chest, and breathe through the right hip flexor now. Hold on, I'm doing the same leg. I think I'm doing the same leg. Okay, sorry. Step forward the right foot. We're doing the same leg. Sorry about that. And now we're going to do again the flexing and moving forward and back. Yeah, felt like, oh, I already worked on this one. All right, and I noticed when I was going to lower the hands down towards the floor, and we're going to straighten the leg, move the hips back, flex the left knee, right knee, and lead with the chest. And just move back and forth. It's time to stretch the right hamstring, moving back, flexing, leading with the chest, back, and forward. Now we're going to move back and holding position. Relax your neck and just breathe here. And slowly flex the right knee. Bring the right knee back and let's all move to child's pose. Relax elbows, neck, and just stretch the spine. Relax as you breathe. And moving back to tabletop position. Now from here, left leg goes back and up. Flex the knee, step forward, and the right heel, the toes of the right foot is stuck on the floor, and then pick up the right knee off the mat. I want to rock forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Press with the heel. Every time you go back and press, and then release the right knee down, top of the foot flat on the mat, and then walk your left foot to the edge of the mat as you place both wrists under the shoulders. Sink the pelvis, the floor, flatten the upper spine, hold in position. Use your breath. And then walk your left foot again so the left foot is in line with your left hip. Tuck the toes under again. Pick up the right knee off the floor and then straighten the left leg. Move the hips back. Flex the left knee, flat back. Inhale, straighten, move the hips back. Flex and sink the pelvis. Inhale, straighten, relax your neck. Flex into high lunge. Inhale, straighten, move the hips back. Now we're going to flex and hold it there. Breathing in and out. Keep pressing through the heel and then release the right knee down. Left knee comes to meet your right knee. Let's all move to child's pose. Relax your neck, shoulders, elbows. Take a moment. And moving to tabletop. Now right leg goes back and up. Flex the knee, step forward. Tuck the toes under your back foot and high lunge. I want to rock forward. Exhale, press with the heel. Moving forward, press back, forward, back, forward, press with the heel. Inhale, rock forward, back, one more. Press, go forward, press back, release the left knee down, walk the right foot to the edge of the mat, both wrists under the shoulders, and we're sinking the pelvis and the hips as we go deeper into the hips, the hip flexor. Use your breath. And then walk the right foot again in line with your right hip. Tuck the toes under, pick up the knee off the floor and straighten the right leg. Move the hips back. Flex the knee, flat back. Inhale, straighten hips back. Flex the knee and hip, sink the hips. And straighten, move the hips back. Flex the right knee, lead with the chest. Two more. Inhale, straighten hips back. Flex and sink. One last. Inhale, straighten, sinks back, and then hold in position. Relax the hips and the pelvis towards the floor. Keep pressing through the heel. Nice, easy breathing. Now, from here, bring the hands to the front and let's walk with the hands as we rotate and bring the spine to in between your legs. So your legs are wide as your hips. You relax the crown of the head towards the floor and relax. And maybe you can remove the blanket from your mat, holding from the opposite elbows, crown of the head pointing towards the floor. Relax the neck, relax the spine. Working and opening those inner thighs. Relaxing the pelvic floor. Hands under the shoulders to lift the spine so your spine is parallel to the floor. If you cannot reach the mat, remember you have the block. You can use the block to elevate, bring the floor closer to you. Left hand to the center. Flex your left knee, twist to the right. Exhale, lower the right hand to the center. Flex your right knee, open and twist to the left. And lower the left hand down. Flex your left knee, open and twist to the right. Right hand to the center. Flex your right knee, open and twist to the left. Lower the hand down and then bend both knees. Hands to your hips. Draw the chin to your chest. Engage the core to lift the chest and standing position. Shoulders up, back, and down. Take a moment here with the feet wider than your hips. Breathing in and out. And then bring the heels in so the toes are pointing to the corners of the mat. Shoulders back and down, hands to the heart. Take an inhale, exhale, flex the knee, open cactus arms into goddess. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, flex and lower. Inhale, straighten. Flex and down. Inhale, straighten. Flex and lower into the goddess. Inhale, straighten. Flex and lower. One more, inhale, straighten. Flex and down. And straighten, hands to the heart. Rotate the feet so the feet are now parallel. From here, let's work on having the feet a little bit closer, not under the hips. Not as wide as we were in goddess pose, but a little bit somewhere in between. From here, hands to the heart, bend knees and chair pose with wide stand. Hands to the heart, straighten. Flex the knee and arms overhead and sink the hips down. Inhale, hands to the heart. Flex and lower, arms overhead, chair pose. Inhale, straighten. Flex and down. Inhale, straighten, one more. Flex and lower. And inhale, straighten, hands by your hips. Walk your feet now under the hips. I'm going to go this way to chair pose with hips under, feet under the hips. Inhale, hands to the heart. Exhale, flex, lower chair pose, arms down by your hips, lift the chest. Inhale, straighten, hands into Anjali Mudra. Exhale, flex, lower into Ardha Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, straighten, hands into the heart. Exhale, flex and lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, flex and down. Straighten the legs, one more. Exhale, flex and lower. And inhale, straighten, hands to the heart center. Take a moment, reconnecting back with the breath. Working a little bit of strength and balance. Inhale, hands by your hips, heels up, heels down. Inhale, heels up, hands down by your hips and lower. Inhale, lift the heels and down. Inhale, heels up and lower. One more. Inhale, heels up, down, arms up and overhead. We're standing on the back of the mat now. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive, hands towards the floor, Uttanasana. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. And inhale, bring the hands under the knees, move the chest away, flat back. Exhale, fold forward, stretch the back of the legs. Inhale, hands under the knees, move the chest into 90 degrees. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale one more time, flat back. Exhale all the way down. Walk your hands to downward dog. Wrist wide as your shoulders, feet wide as your hips. Draw the chin to your chest, shoulders backing down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, heels up and down. Inhale, heels up and down. Heels up, knees down to tabletop position. Move the hips to the child's pose. Forearms, elbows down. Relax your neck, your shoulders, your wrists. Take a moment. Relax and breathe. Breathe. And moving hands by your knees to lift the head, lift the chest, kneeling position. So I'm going to be facing this way and bring the right leg out to the side. So the heel in line with your left knee, arms overhead, shoulders back and down, and we're going to flex the knee, flex the elbows, move the hips to the right, and inhale, straighten the arms and the elbows and knees. Exhale, flex into cactus, guide the shoulders back. Inhale, straighten and reach the spine. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, straighten. Flex the knee, open the hip, open the elbows. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, flex and open. One more. Straighten and then lower the left hand under your left shoulder and bring the left foot in line with your left knee. Right arm is reaching up to the sky, and we're going to inhale, lift the right foot up and lower, balance and strength. Up and down, activate the core. Up and down, up, down, up, down. One more. Inhale, lift, lower the right knee down, and let's all come to child's pose as we bring the arms down by your side. Soften the shoulders, the elbows, wrists in hands. Take a moment and breathe through this. Long and deep. Relax breathing, soften every tension, the upper spine, middle spine. Hands by your knees, inhale. Lift the head, lift the chest, coming to kneeling position. So left leg goes out to the side, right foot in line with the right knee. Take a moment here and overhead as you reach through the fingertips. Exhale, flex your left knee, move the hips to the left, open the arms in T and in cactus, straighten elbows and knee. Exhale, flex and open. Inhale, straighten and reach. Flex and down. Inhale, straighten arms and knee. Flex and open. Inhale, straighten. One more. Flex and down. Straighten, bring the arms up, and then lower the right hand under your right shoulder. Guide the right foot in line with your left knee, and we're going to engage the core, activate the hip muscle to lift and lower, up and down, up, down, up, down. Two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Up, down. Lower the knee down. Left, excuse me. Rotate to tabletop. From tabletop, flex the elbows, lower the chest, lower the pelvis, the hips, straighten the legs. Have your arms out and with the elbows bent, forehead towards the hands, and then open the legs wide as your mat. So the feet are wider than the hips. Your forehead is down to your hands. You're stacking one hand on top of the other one. The elbows are out. Take a few rounds of breath here. And as we keep the head down and the chest down, we're going to press through the hips and the pelvis. We're going to activate the glutes and the hip muscles to lift the feet and the legs up, but keep the feet always wide. So inhale, press through the hip, pick up the legs and the feet. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift and lower down. Keep the forehead down to your hands. Inhale, engage the lower back muscles, glutes and legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and down. Press with the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Two more. Press with the hips. Lift and lower. One last. Inhale, up and down. Here, flex both knees. Keep the knees wide. Solid feet together. Hands under the shoulders. Press the palms against the floor. Pick up the head, the chest, the belly, the pelvis. Lower the feet and then move to child's pose with wide stand. So knees wider than the hips. So big toes touching. Relax your pelvic floor. Release your lower back, your glutes, your hip muscles. And lift the head, lift the chest, walk your hands as you lift the spine. Right knee comes to meet your left knee. Drop the hips to one side. Grab your blanket again because we're going to sit on the edge of the blanket to come into a seated twist and IT band stretch here. So extend the right leg forward and press with the back line of your right leg, okay? Hug your left thigh into the chest. And then we're going to cross the left leg over right leg. Hug your left knee with your right arm, and that left knee have to go closer to your right shoulder so we get the stretch in the IT band and the outside of your left hip. Left arm goes up to the sky. Rotate it, lower the hand behind you, look over to your left shoulder, holding your twist. Connect back again with the breath. Keep the spine upright. Nice breathing here. Return the head back to neutral position and the spine too. Now grab your foot, your left foot with both hands, and we're going to bring the foot in line with your left hip to straighten the leg up forward, flex and lower. Inhale, straighten, flex and down, up to the sky, flex and lower. Three more rounds. Stretching again, hamstring, mobilizing the kneecap and the kneecap, and also mobilizing the hip. One last round. Inhale, straighten, release, and lower the left leg all the way down. Now, hug your right thigh into the chest, cross it over your left leg, hug your right knee with your left arm, guide the right knee closer to your left shoulder. The right arm goes up and behind you and look over to your right shoulder. Hold and breathe. And return the spine and the head back through neutral position. Grab your right foot with both hands and the right heel in line with your right hip. With the next inhale, straighten the leg forward and up. Flex the knee and lower the heel down. Inhale, straighten, flex and lower. Inhale, up, flex and down. Three more rounds. Stretching and mobilizing here. One last. And release. Now open the legs out in a V. So make sure you're sitting in the edge of the blanket so your pelvis is tilting forward, and press through the back of your both legs. Hands in front of you, lift the chest, and then walk your hands to the front as you relax the spine, your forearms, and draw the chin into the chest. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, walk your hands back. Hands behind you, flex the knee, and let's do some windshield wiper movement here. Moving those hips. And coming to the front of the mat. So take your blanket, place the blanket on the opposite side, and we're going to be on the front of the mat. So from there, let me get this correct. We're going to come from the front of the mat with the feet wide as your hips, hands to your knees, round the spine, engage the core, and slowly find your way down towards your blanket so your neck and your head is protected. Have your heels under the knees and hands down, maybe touching the heels with your fingertips, chin slightly tucked in. And we're going to come into bridge pose. So from here, lift the pelvis, come into high bridge holding position. Inhale, exhale, thighs and knees in. Inhale, open. Exhale, thighs and knees in. Again, working, strengthening those hip muscles and glutes. Opening and close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Open. Close. 3 more rounds. Keep the bridge up. Closing and opening with your breath. Now lift and release the spine slowly down, down, down towards the floor. Feet off the mat, hands to your knees, Apanasana. Flex the elbow thighs in and thighs away. Just moving, stretching your lower back. Lower the right foot down, left foot on top of your right thigh. Figure 4, IT band stretch. Holding from the hamstring or the shin. Keep the hips even again. Close your eyes and breathe through the outside of your left hip muscles. Release left foot down, right foot on top of your left thigh, holding from the hamstring or the shin with both hands. Close your eyes and breathe through the outside of your right hip now. Release the right foot down. Now grab your block and both feet down. And again, with the feet wide as your hips and heels under the knees, we're going to lift the pelvis into a gentle bridge and just have your block on level 1, the lowest level. Slide the block under the sacrum, not your lower back. And just we're going to arms in T position. Walk the feet together and then open the knees out as you guide the soles of the feet into each other. So relax your inner thighs, your pelvic floor. Any tension you might holding the muscles outside of the hips and glutes, try to soften them. Now slide the legs both to both corners of the mat. Keep the feet out. This is iliopsoas release. Again, notice if you're holding tension in your glutes, try to relax. Your feet are slightly turned out. Now flex your left knee, left foot under your left knee. Flex your right knee, right foot under your right knee. Stay in the block, bring the thighs in, and then legs up to the sky. Here you can rotate the ankles again, releasing, relaxing your ankles, mobilizing your feet in one direction, going to the opposite direction. So your legs are up to the sky. And just relax there. Feel your legs heavy and light at the same time. And from here, flex the knee, lower the feet down, pick up the pelvis and the hips into bridge. Remove the block from underneath you and slowly release it down towards the floor. Hug yourself, bring the thighs into the chest, stretch your lower back. And walk the feet down again, wide as your mat. Some windshield wiper movement here with the arms in T position, and you rock the head from side to side to loosen up again the neck. Move slowly with the breath. Make your way back through center. Hug yourself. Bring the thighs into the chest. Stretch, stretch, stretch the lower back. Take a nice inhale. Pick up the head off the floor, forehead to your knees. Exhale, release the head down. Move the neck from side to side one more time. Bring the legs up to the sky. Engage the core, lower the right leg down slowly towards the floor. When the right heel touches the mat, you begin to bring the left leg down towards the floor. And then when you're here, bring the right leg to the right corner of the mat, turn the right foot out. Bring the left leg to the left corner of the mat and rotate the left foot out. Arms somewhere in between hips and shoulders. Adjust your shoulder blades, the back of your rib cage. Adjust your hips, your glutes. Take a nice inhale. Tie it out. One more. One more. Close to your lips, and you are now in your final pose. Welcome to Shavasana. Time to letting go. We are now going to engage with our final pose, which is corpse pose. This is where you are letting go. This is where you are receiving the benefits of your practice. So I'm going to guide you. So follow the sound of my voice as you keep your eyes closed and you are breathing naturally. Bring the attention to the sole of the feet, toes, top of the feet, ankles, and from the ankles down to the sole of the feet, allow your body to soften and to relax. The attention goes now to the shins and calf muscles, both knees, the front and the back, and from the top of the knees to the sole of the feet, you're allowing the body to relax and soften. Release your quads and hamstrings. Relax your glutes, pelvis, pelvic floor, and hips. And from the top of the hips, front and back of the legs, down to the sole of the feet, you are releasing and softening the legs all the way down. Now please bring the attention to your lower back muscles, to all the muscles connecting with the spine, the muscles in between the rib cage and the posterior part of your rib cage, and the muscles around your shoulder blades. Now bring the attention to the lower abdomen. You relax the muscles there. You release the muscles in between the rib cage on the front. You soften the heart, you relax the chest muscles, and from the collarbones, front and back of the torso, from and back of the hips and pelvis, front and back of the legs, down to the sole of the feet, you are releasing and relaxing. Now the attention goes to the front and back of the shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, both wrists, palms, top of the hands, and all your fingers. And from the top of the shoulders, front and back of the body, all the way down to the sole of the feet, you're doing your best to relax and come into a relaxation as you sink the body down towards the floor. The focus goes now to the throat and to the back muscles connecting with the base of the skull. You relax your jaw, your chin. You allow the tongue to soften down to the base of your mouth as you relax your lips and upper lip. Relax your cheekbones, both ears and nose. Soften the temples. Allow your eye sockets to sink down to the eyeballs to sink down to the eye sockets as you relax your eyelids. Soften your eyebrows. Release your third eye, your crown chakra, and from the top of your head down to the sole of the feet. Your entire body is relaxing and releasing as you feel your body heavy and light at the same time. You are now coming into a deep, deep and sweet relaxation. Now, please, very slowly, begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Take a nice inhalation through both nostrils and reach through the fingertips, pointing the toes. Create a space in between each vertebrae. And as you exhale, flex both knees, hug yourself tight, and just slowly roll over to one side in fetal position. Take your time, please don't rush. Slowly finding a way. Let's all meet as we sit together. Shoulders back and down, eyes closed. Perhaps the hardest thing to do is trying to keep the mind at ease, peaceful, still, and quiet. And we'll use the breath to keep connecting back with the breath every time some thought, feeling, and emotion, the vrittis, the distractions of the mind, trying to interfere with this moment. We keep connecting with the breath. We'll keep coming back to the awareness of the breath. And please bring the hands together close to your heart. And here, take the moment to notice the mind, to notice the body. Notice if there is any difference from the beginning of this session until this moment. And if the difference of the feelings are, it's a positive feeling, the body feels light and relaxed, yet strong and stable. If the mind feels at ease, peaceful and calm. Let's do our best to keep these feelings and experiencing these feelings in the body and the mind a little bit longer after we are finished with this time together. The tendency is always to rushing onto the next thing. See if we can keep a little bit longer the control in the mind and the body. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And we're asking for peace, peace, and more perfect peace. The peace we all need within ourselves, in our minds, in our hearts, in our spirits. The peace we all need as we interact in our daily lives with family members, friends, people we encounter, and especially asking for peace, peace and more perfect peace in our world, everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I thank you all very much for being here today practicing yoga. Namaskara. Thank you.